So on this point, like, we're on like really good practical advice right now that we can all think about. Like, give me a couple other great examples. Number one practical advice tip for a parent. Number one practical advice tip for a student, and then for a teacher. Like, what would you say? Knowing that all the schools are going to be doing something probably a little different. Like, what would be your number one tip for each of those groups?
So tricky, Brandon.
Or you
Just
can pick
saying.
one. You can pick one, but I want to see if I can get you an answer for each of the three.
I was going to pick 15, but okay.
Okay, that's fine.
No. So actually, the first thing I would say is to not be afraid to allow the non-academic issues to dominate for a while, right? Is your child, or your teacher, frankly, stressed? Are they nervous, whether it's about their academic setting or, frankly, their life setting, right? And look at what can be done to create a supportive relationship, a trust-based relationship around. Let's talk about this and see what we can do about those things. Because again, minds just will not learn if they are under stress, no matter how much we wish they would. And it's so easy, especially this fall, for people to say, oh my gosh, we're so far behind. State tests are coming up in the spring. We got to do academic. Let's go. And to miss the fact that you're going to not actually get this to work right. So that's one piece. The second piece I'd say, and I think this holds for kids as well as teachers and such, is the piece we were just talking about, which is, keep looking for opportunities to practice. And they may have to be unusual now because you can't rely on that to just happen in school. But this is where ask your kids, what are you learning? Tell me about it. There's a whole series of research, and there's a set of experiments that have been done to look at having kids teach their caregivers something from their from their world, and it turns out that has many benefits. Is to allow your kids to teach you. It removes the pressure from you to know anything. Right? Which is the problem now, right? You're feeling like you have to tutor your kids, and it's like unclear if you should be, right? But if your kids are teaching you, there's no problem being a numbskull, because that's okay. Dad is a numbskull, it's all right. And then it causes the student to produce and to practice this thing. There's actually a company called Power My Learning that has these units that are virtual based on this research that does this kind of thing. And then the final thing, when you do it, even in a school-based setting, it turns out it allows parents to really see how their kids are. Yep. And they can actually even give better feedback to the teachers and so forth. So that notion of more practice and looking for opportunities for kids to practice, I think, is another just key thing to hunt for in this strange time.
Well, I love both of those points, right? Making sure we're taking care of the human needs before we jump immediately to the learning performance or testing, or we're behind or whatever it is, right?